So yeah, I got next in the shower. Anyway, greetings for us. Brief message that may turn into a long message for you guys. I was on a podcast. On this podcast, it's called Heart to Hearts, and the youth has the opportunity to, ask the adults questions so they can get answers. In fact, it wasn't when I was on the podcast. It was one of the episodes that I watched. And this was a wise question, by the way. He wanted to know, how do I never allow my light to dull out? How I never allow my light to not be put out? And that was a wise question for me. Some of us have that light. Not everybody have the light. And not that everybody doesn't have the ability to have the light. Some of us put our own lights out. So I want you to think about that and consider, when you have the light, you have a job, you have a duty. And some of the people were saying in response to him, oh, you just carry that light and you just go on, you just embrace it. Nah, I'm here to tell you that it's more than that, because I've been carrying a light, and it can be unfortunate sometimes, because it's not like for some of us that, we're not infatuated with the light. We have the light, and we understand that it's a blessing, and we can get grace throughout our journey from having a light. Things happen in the good, we benefit from the light, but there's still a job, there's still a duty. There's a heavy road with having the light. One, you need to be soaking up all of the gain that you can get, because if you know you have a duty to advise people throughout your journey, it's bigger than advising people. How about never wanting to be wrong when you advise a person? How about never wanting to be in a situation to give a person the wrong direction and it caused them a crash, their life, an injury, any kind of loss? Therefore, you have to keep feeding yourself. When other people are not feeding you, you still have to feed yourself. And you have to carry that light. Now, here's the most important thing that I want to say about the light. When you have the light, you're going to have muscle. You're going to have armor. You're going to have a shield. Because when you have that light, the demons are coming. And that's how some people get put out. You have that light, and then you notice that your best friend just betrayed you. Certain people don't like you no more, but you're supposed to move forward with that light and leave them in the dark. However, some people's light go out because they go back to that. Why you don't like me? Okay, I'm going to do what you want me to do so you can like me again. And now you're not worthy of carrying that light. So that light gets put out. But for those of you that want to make it through that, it's not easy. A lot of people are going to get shaken off of you. A lot of betrayal is going to start to happen. But you have to know, hey, this is just the process of the light just starting to spark. If you're in a pitch black dark and you spark a light, no matter animals, people, insects, attention is going to be on that light. So now you got all of the attention, and you need to know just what to do with it. You need to know how to move with it. So you can go to your front door right now and cut the light on in your corridor, if you have one in your house, it's not too small, and you cut that light on and open the door and watch how many bugs and insects start to attract to the light. That's the same way the demons do. So you are uncovering yourself when you have that light. And their duty is to show that you are worthy of keeping that light. The minute you let it go by, hey, I'm going to turn this light back off because all these insects coming in and I ain't got no repellent. You got to have armor. You got to be equipped. Because once you get that light in and spark, things are going to happen. Demons are coming. Attacks are going to happen. And if you're not bold and brave enough, you're going to start to lose that light. And when you want to carry that light, you're going to start to hearing yourself say, I don't care if you don't like me. You're able to say that when you know you're right. If they don't like you for being right, because that's the only way the light going to cut on anyway, then you don't need them. and you keep moving, and that light starts to grow. And it grows so much that, hey, you start to get stronger. You start to know how to maneuver. You start to discern. You start to see what is up and what is not with people, who's corrupt and who's not, who to let around that light, who to let benefit from that light, and who not to. I'll just leave you with this. When you have that light, there's no way to hide it, because on the opposite side of that light, when the proximity starts to blur from the light within a distance, it starts to get dark. And the attention of not just greatness, but the opposite of greatness is gonna always be on you. So even in the dark, especially in the dark, hey, you gotta be capable of doing what you need to do. You're gonna be found. That's basically what I wanted to give the kid that asked about maintaining that light. The people did a great job of giving him the answers or whatever, but I think that was something additional to what they have given him that I felt like he needed. Because anybody that has the light needs that information. So if you know a couple of people that have lights and don't want them to get put out, and I'm not talking about you people that refuse to pay your light bill, I'm talking about the real light, the light that God created within us, right? So share the message with them. As my kids say, sharing is caring, you understand? But tough love. We're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the shower so, I can get fresh and get me some rest.
Who taught you that? Answer me. I know you didn't do it yourselves.